Today we're going to be making a famous Turkish flatbread called pide. This is an oval-shaped flatbread baked with various combinations of toppings or stuffings. It's often described as a Turkish pizza. It's very easy to make, easier than a pizza perhaps. So today we're going to prepare two servings. We will stuff one with spicy chicken and the other with minced chicken. So without further ado, let's get started with the Turkish pide recipe. So first we need to prepare the dough. We will take 1.5 cups of flour, add 3/4 teaspoon of instant yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil, but you can use whatever you like. And last but not the least, add 1/4 cup of milk. Now start by stirring with a wooden spoon or spatula, but once the flour is mixed with all the other ingredients, you're going to have to switch to the old school method and start kneading the dough with your hands. During the kneading process, you will have to add small amounts of warm water, and in about 8 to 10 minutes, you will end up with a dough which has a smooth elastic surface just like this. Now grab a bowl and grease it with some oil, and also smear the dough ball with some oil too, and that is to keep the dough from sticking with the bowl when it rises. And that's it. Now simply cling wrap the whole thing and give it about an hour and a half till it gets doubled in volume. Meanwhile, we can prepare the fillings. We'll stuff one with spicy chicken and the other one with mince. To make the spicy chicken filling, I added about 400 grams of diced chicken breast in preheated oil. Just fry it for about 3 to 4 minutes. And now you can add some spices. I added 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, also 1/2 teaspoon of red chili flakes, again 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Now give it a good mix for 5 to 6 minutes. Now add 1 chopped tomato and let it cook on medium flame for 12 to 15 minutes. And there you go, we have the spicy chicken ready to be stuffed. For the mince filling, I added about 400 grams of chicken mince in preheated oil and fried it for about 5 minutes. Then add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of red chili flakes, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano powder, and 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Now give it a good mix for 5 minutes. At this point, I added 1 cup of chopped bell pepper, and I think the combination of pepper and minced meat is always a good idea. Now just let it cook for another 12 to 15 minutes. And just like that, the second filling is ready. Okay, so back to the dough. Our dough has now doubled in volume. It's looking beautiful, and we are ready to assemble the pide. So we're going to split the dough ball into half. Now you can place it on a lightly floured surface and start rolling it out in a long oval shape. There you go, just like this. Now the dough is sturdy enough, and now would be a great time to transfer this onto the baking tray. Now we can start filling this with the chicken we just prepared. Be sure to leave some space along the border to fold the sides in. and to close the end you can just pinch the dough from both ends to seal it properly and to essentially make it look like a bolt. Alright, so this one is ready. Now we're going to do the exact same process for the second one, but the second one is going to be stuffed with the mince filling we just prepared. Next, we're going to brush the sides with egg yolk. This will give the pide a nice color and texture. You can also sprinkle some sesame seeds over the brushed area just like this. Finally, I would like to add some cheese on this one. At this point you could be creative, add anything you like for your toppings. We're going to bake this for 15 minutes at 230 degrees, and that will give the bread some nice color, caramelization on the surface of the toppings. And we are done. As you can see, this has a nice golden color. The base is very nice and crispy as expected, but the inside is very soft and fluffy, which is great. So this is how you can make a Turkish pide at home, the easy way. Hope you guys like this recipe. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.